All right, let's say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. I have a question for all of you. Do you have a soul?
Yes.
No. What does he mean by that? Of course we have souls. No. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. So, this perspective can change a lot of things in the way that you experience physical reality because you're creating it. It's a projection of your consciousness. And here, fundamentally, is how you do this. Now imagine, if you will, that you are a soul, an orb of light. So picture this in your mind. You are this sphere, this orb of light. And within it, there are ripples of energy, patterns of energy. Just like dropping a pebble into the pond creates ripples. Imagine ripples in every direction inside this orb of energy, this orb of light. When a soul decides to have a physical experience, this is what happens. These ripples that all are happening inside this sphere of light, this sphere of energy, this sphere of consciousness, all these ripples represent different aspects, different qualities, different attributes of the soul. So when a soul decides to experience a theme in physical terms, some of those ripples, some of those attributes are focused on, and they condense down and down and down in a focus to the center of the orb of light. Now, that doesn't mean the orb disappears. It is still there. Only some of the aspects of it have condensed down into this tiny small bit at the center. You might call it a seed, a hard kernel, like a subatomic particle. And that small crystallized seed at the center of that orb of light is your physical mind. That is how the soul creates its experience of physical reality. It creates a focus, it creates a dream experience within the center of its being, taking some of the qualities, some of the attributes, some of the aspects of its total self, crystallizing them, focusing down into that little center seed, that little center crystal. And that center crystal contains those attributes that represent the theme that that being will explore as a physical being in that physical dream at the center of the soul. So when that life is over, the soul doesn't leave the body. The crystal seed starts to expand again, starts to open up again, starts to soften, and starts to merge back with and into itself as the soul. So that is what death is simply the awakening from the dream state, from the little crystallized seed at the center of the soul. And the idea of the expansion of consciousness overall is what begins that process of opening up. It doesn't mean that just expanding your consciousness means you have to die physically. But the idea is that you open up and you are a little bit like a small open sphere inside the bigger sphere. Not so concentrated, not so crystallized, not so hard, not so focused, so that you have the ability to tap into the vibration of the soul more readily, more easily. And this becomes the relationship between your physical mind and your higher mind, which is the soul, which is that portion of you that is still the sphere of light, the sphere of consciousness, the sphere of energy. That is the higher mind according to the physical kernel at the center, the physical seed. So by allowing yourself to expand a little bit, it's easier for you to, by raising your vibration, expanding that seed in the center, tap into the communication, the ripples, the information that is always coming to you from the rest of your being, the rest of you as a soul, as a sphere of consciousness, a sphere of light. By opening up a little bit, you then contain the ability within that seed, within the center of that seed, to harbor some of the vibrational frequencies of information that come to you, the messages that come to you from your soul, from the higher mind. So the idea then is that comes in an energy language, as we have said. And that energy language, that energy message from your soul self to the little seed that is more expanded, is translated by that little seed in the center, that little physical mind being in the center, as the sensation called passion, curiosity, love, creativity. And that is when you receive the message from the soul self that whatever contains that passion, whatever contains that excitement, that curiosity, that attraction, that is who you really are. That is your core frequency. That is your core theme. That is your core creativity. It is the next step on your path. And that's why it's so important to act on that passion. Because action, as the little seed, is the language of the physical reality dream. Not words, not thoughts, but actions, physical actions. Let the soul know that there is an echo from the crystal. There is a reaction, a response from the crystal that it heard the message from the soul self and is willing to act on it, willing to be guided by it, willing in that sense to move forward in that way, which then allows the soul to respond to that echo, and then you create that back and forth dialogue between the soul sphere and the crystal seed that is you as a physical mind, as a physical being. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So again, focusing on yourself as a physical being, saying, I, as a physical human, have a soul, is very different than understanding that you are a soul that is simply having a human experience, that is having a human dream, a physical reality dream. So the idea is to allow yourself to really start opening up and remembering that you never leave spirit. Spirit is your natural state. You haven't left it. Most of you is there right now. All of you is there right now. But you have this little crystalline seed portion of your greater self that is pretending, that is dreaming that it's no longer in spirit. That is what physical reality is. And when you start looking at it from that direction, you start really tapping into your innate self-empowerment, your true nature, your true core essential vibration. And many more things can happen that are more representative of alignment between your physical mind and your higher mind, so that you can really understand you are not a human being physically that has a soul. You do not have a body, and inside the body is your soul. You are a soul, and inside your soul is your body. That's the difference. So, you are a soul, you don't have a soul, you are the soul. We thank you for allowing us to share this perspective with you this day of your time. In return for the gift that you are giving us in allowing us to serve you in this way and share this knowledge, we ask, how may we continue to be of service to you? You may begin with your dialogues and questions.
Aveo Bashar.
Aveo.
I'm a conscious channel. I would like to become a, what is it called? When it's complete in the body?
No. Being a conscious channel is the evolutionary direction.
Okay.
It went from people being unconscious to being more conscious, because you're becoming equal and your version of that which you are channeling. You have to understand that the channel before you is not unconscious, he's just conscious in a different way. But a long time ago, channels used to be unconscious because they couldn't understand how they were equal to what they were bringing through. So becoming more conscious is the idea, is the evolutionary path.
What I meant is that I'd like to become a what's it called? Trans channel.
But that's a step backwards.
It is?
Yes, that's what I'm attempting to tell you. Becoming more conscious of what you're bringing through is the evolutionary path forward. Becoming equal to it so that you can just say, oh, I'm getting this now and I'm telling you what I'm getting.
Okay.
instead of having to get out of the way so much.
Huh.
Because you're becoming more equal to receiving that information, more equal to that vibration. Therefore, you don't have to get out of the way. Now, if you really prefer to get out of the way a little bit, that's fine, but you have to understand what you are experiencing right now with the channel before you is not technically trance channeling.
Oh.
The channel is not in a trance. The channel is in an altered state called gamma. In the brain, it's between 40 and 100 cycles per second. It's a state of higher frequency connection and processing. It's not technically a trance. It's a state of higher association. So you can do many things to get into gamma, and this is again why we encourage all of you to act on your passion. Because when you are doing what you love to do, when you are, as you say in your language, in the zone, you go into gamma. You go into the channeling state naturally when you're doing what you love to do and no longer paying attention to the passage of time. You look up and you think, oh, it's been 3 hours. It only felt like 15 minutes to me. That meant you were in a channeling state. And by the way, when it only feels like 15 minutes has passed, you've only aged 15 minutes.
So when I am doing this channeling, it's always very positive experience with positive beings, but when I'm sleeping, I seem to go to very negative planets filled with manipulation.
Well, you're working
and then
things
I had one.
You're working things out. Would you rather work them out in physical reality?
No. I think I'm doing that too, actually.
All right, well then, thank you
for.
for working them out in the dream state.
I didn't get my question yet.
Go ahead.
My question is, I had one of these negative experiences that felt negative was I was sleeping in the back of my truck and this energy started vibrating my entire truck and I couldn't sit up, I couldn't get up, and it felt really scary to me.
Sounds exciting.
Was that an ET coming to see me, or
Yes,
what was it?
but that's not uncommon for one dimension interacting with another dimension to cause those kinds of frequency vibrations to happen. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
It's just a natural result of two dimensions intersecting.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Thank
All right,
you.
well then it's not negative. Don't define it that way.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are welcome. Pleasant dreams.
Hi, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
I wanted to say thank you to you for your teachings, and also thank you to everybody that's working really hard to hold space for you and your teachings for all of us.
All right.
I wanted to know, when I was a teenager, I saw a spaceship. It's a funny story I tell everybody. Was that real? And
What did it look like?
It was diamond shaped with 4 blue lights.
Yes.
And am I still working with them? Like,
For your entire life, yes.
I know. Can you give me anything like, can you give me something, like a little nugget? Like, who are they? Should I just let it go, or?
You are again part of the hybridization program. There may be other beings on those ships from time to time, but mostly you're interacting with hybrids.
Okay.
The idea again, I apologize,
I do too.
follow the formula. Because again, it will reveal what you need to know in perfect timing. Don't worry about who that was. You will find out if you need to find out. Right now, it's just about moving forward with the idea of the energy that encounter represented to you.
Okay.
Putting you in the state that represents a higher frequency.
Okay.
Because anytime you think about that encounter, how do you feel?
Awesome.
There you go. Stay awesome.
Thank you.
Stay in the encounter frequency.
Okay.
And come from that frequency in everything that you do in life.
Thank
Yes?
you. Yes, I love you so much. Thank you.
Oh, I love you so much too.
Hi, Bashar.
Good day.
It's an honor to be here with you.
It is an honor for us as well.
I'll make my question quick because I know. So my question is, I had an interaction with my guides telepathically like 8 years ago, multiple times in a couple months.
Yes.
And then almost 3 years to the day today, they kind of ambushed me at my apartment and they terrified me. And they were there for like 6 hours and cats and then it took me like 2 weeks to get over the fear.
Yes.
And
Why were
now-
you afraid?
Well, I had a panther show up at my apartment window. It was
You had a what?
like a panther or the image of a panther and a house cat
But
and a
don't
lion.
you understand that as a reflection of your own inner power?
Well, I didn't.
Do you now?
More so, yes.
Oh, how do you feel about it now?
Well, now I'm thrilled the fear's gone, but where'd they go? Now that I'm brave enough to have a conversation,
Would it scare you to know that they're still right here?
not at all.
All right.
I'm past the fear.
So accept your self-empowerment, accept your own power, and understand that the symbol of the cat is something that can see into other dimensions.
Oh, fantastic. I don't have a crush on you, but I do love you. Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Good day. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my love Natalia up there for encouraging me to raise my hand. I did not expect this. This is really awesome. So my
Oh,
first
all right.
question, or my question would be the difference between free will and is your path laid out before you're here?
Yes, the free will of your spirit, in a sense, arranges certain things. You could call that destiny, but it's just about being you. You are the destiny. In other words, everything that you experience, even with your free will, you're going to experience as this person, this personality, this idea, this path, this unique perspective. So it's a combination of the idea of free will of the spirit, then the free will of the physical being has to go down that hallway because you can't be anything other than what you are, who you are, and so that can feel like a destiny, but you don't think of it that way. You just think of it as, this is who I am. This is me. And so you have free will to be you in whatever way, shape, or form you so desire. You can think of it like a hallway. The hallway is you. You can go down that hallway happy, sad, backwards, forwards, crawling, walking, running, flying, jumping, leaping, look in every door along the way, ignore them all. But you will walk down that hallway because that hallway is you. And you can't do anything but be you. So that's the destiny, is the creation from that sphere of energy we talked about initially, crystallizing down into that seed, that crystalline seed, filled with those particular attributes from the greater sphere that represent the theme that you're exploring, which is usually presented by whatever challenges you face in this life, on this path. So it's a combination of what feels like destiny and free will, but it's still about the free will of the spirit deciding that this is what it wants to experience as a theme. But as the theme, as the experiencer, you have the free will to experience that however you wish. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You are
And
welcome.
then one more thing. Based off of the dream I had, or encounter with these beings, they're humanoid, shape-shifting, piercing green eyes. Does that sound familiar to you?
Can't help you there.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Good day. I'm here with my mother, and
Hi, Mom.
oh, she has a crush on you too.
I am starting to feel flatter and flatter.
Please don't. So, I have always felt in my heart that I have a big mission to help humanity, to
All right.
help.
How are you doing that?
Okay, so I'm a trauma-informed breathwork facilitator, and I do mindset coaching.
All right.
But I'm
But is that representative of your passion, yes or no?
yes,
Then why is there a but?
because I feel like I'm not seeing any results in my physical reality, really.
What kind of results are you expecting to see?
Monetary compensation?
Ah, that old thing.
Yeah.
Are you allowing yourself to act on your passion for its own sake instead of what you think your passion will get you?
Yes, because I find I am in my most joy when I am of service, when I am teaching and
And when
sharing.
you are doing that, does the flow bring you what you need to continue? Or are you closing the doors through which other forms of abundance could come other than or in addition to money, which we understand is one of the symbols you have of exchange and abundance on your planet, but it's not the only one. And if you focus on that being the only thing that will allow you to move forward, then you are not allowing the other forms of abundance to come to you as easily as they could to join that symbol. Because sometimes it might require a little bit of money. Sometimes someone might give you a gift. Sometimes you might have something to trade. Sometimes synchronicity will bring you something. Sometimes your imagination will think of something to do in a different way that would make it unnecessary for you to need as much money or something else that you thought you needed. Communication is a form of abundance, and you could say something that will change everything and turn it around to make it easy for you to move forward on your passion. So you have to allow all the forms of abundance to be equal to one another and work together to give you the 100% abundance that you need to continue to move forward on your passion. So are you doing that or not?
I feel like I am.
Then there's no but.
Okay.
Because why are you focused on the idea of money? I'm just repeating what you said to us.
Right. Because I feel like I need more of it because I love giving it and sharing it. I give so much of what I have. And
Do you give too much?
Perhaps.
Why do you give too much?
Because I'm so empathetic and
You are so pathetic?
empathetic. I empathize with people who are in need.
Empathizing with people doesn't mean you sacrifice yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because if you sacrifice yourself, then you're not there to help others. Do you understand?
Yes.
Being yourself is how you help others, but you have to love yourself equally and cherish yourself equally and give yourself what you need to be the whole person that can then help others by giving them your gifts. But you don't overgive, you don't sacrifice, otherwise you whittle yourself away and then there's nothing left of you to give. And then everyone else is deprived of your gifts. There has to be a balance. There has to be a fair exchange. Yes?
Yes. How can I connect higher to my higher self?
You do remember the formula, right?
I do. It's following my joy.
That's your answer.
Yes, okay.
Understand all the points precisely, and you will have your answer.
Thank you so much. I love you.
We just have time for one more quick question.
Good evening, Bashar.
Andrew, you good day.
I was wondering a deeper pursuit of your idea of the formula. And
A deeper pursuit
yes, I thought
of something that is complete.
Yes, would you consider an idea?
So you want it to be more complete?
Perhaps.
Or do you mean you just need a clearer explanation of some of the principles?
From your point of view, would be most valuable and cherished. My idea of
Is
the
there
form-
something specific
Yes.
about the formula that you would like us to illuminate?
Yes, I have an idea about it. Inspired action in appreciation always,
Yes.
in all ways.
Yes, yes.
Yes. What your thoughts?
Well, yes, you have to act from the idea of appreciation and gratitude for what you have. That's what prayer is. It's a present state of appreciation for what you have, what you are. It's not asking for something else. So it's a state of grace. It's a state of gratitude, a state of appreciation. So as you are in service to others by acting on your passion, you are in a state of appreciation. And then that's part of the vibration of your passion. Does that illuminate it, or is there something else you wanted to discuss? You are welcome.